Justice League Annual Issue 2 finds Batman assembling the different members of the Justice League, rallying them at the Hall of Justice where a dead body has been found. Batman told them that this was a unique crime scene, hence why he called all of them in. Wonder Woman asks how this could have happened in their own secure sub-basement, as Flash knows they need to cordon off the whole area, but Batman is ahead of him as Superman asks who the man is and if he had a family. Batman says that his identity is unknown and that's proof of a catastrophic security breach, hence why he called each member there, since they all have different sets of investigative skills. Flash speeds around the room, finding no blood trails or ways into the room, knowing the man was murdered there, but there are no signs of a struggle. Checking for rigor mortis, Barry finds there is none, meaning he was recently killed, within the last 2 hours. Batman goes to check surveillance footage for the time the victim was killed, but the system finds that 1 minute and 43 seconds of video are missing. Superman knows there definitely is a security breach, with Batman wondering if the speedster did this. Flash lists which speedsters could do this, as does Wonder Woman, but she knows Hermes isn't into this brand of trickery. Green Lantern can't detect any residual speed force, however, asking if Diana can find any evidence of magic, but she knows spellcraft requires time and precision, something which cannot be done in under 2 minutes. Bruce and John know that the building is the most secure on several planets and it's all rated against attacks from Omega level threats, as suddenly the hall goes into lockdown, something the heroes did not authorize. The Hall of Justice initiates the Zod protocol, making Superman think the villain is there as it blasts the hero with red sun radiation. Wonder Woman tries to help her friend as Flash tries to vibrate out of the door and find Zod, as suddenly the reverse Flash protocol is activated, causing Barry to slam into the hard blast door. John tries to blast open the door, but the Sinestro protocol activates, redirecting his beam at him, bouncing it around the room until Wonder Woman blocks it with her shield. Angered, Wonder Woman tries to smash the door open, but the Pantheon wards are activated. Batman luckily grapples her arm, stopping her from hitting the door since the wards that are etched into the walls would gravely hurt her. Batman realizes what's happening as the red sun environment stabilizes, taking Superman's power, as the hero knows that these protocols were all developed by them for their most dangerous enemies, and now the Hall is in combat mode and using the protocols against them. Flash asks for one of Batman's batarangs, asking where the door lock mechanism is. Batman points it out, saying that it's impenetrable, but Barry knows that it's not to the right combination of powers. Vibrating the batarang, Barry asks John to make a piston and focus it on the end of the batarang and hit it. Using their powers together, Barry is able to smash the batarang into the wall, shorting out the mechanism and opening the door. As they discuss if one of their own could be doing this, Superman notices the body is dissolving. Batman realizes it wasn't a real body and it was just an organic construct, just convincing enough to fool his scans. John knows that its purpose was to lure them there, as Batman tells Wonder Woman to accompany him to the mainframe while Superman gets to the solar healing chamber. As they head off, the team is attacked by a sentry drone, which activates lethal force, despite Batman telling it not to. Another drone arrives, splitting the team into a battle with them. Superman asks John for a boost, so the Lantern gives the powerless Superman a set of construct armor. The League battle the drones, with Batman trying to shut down the drones with his shutdown codes, but they don't work, and even Superman and Flash aren't doing much against them. As Wonder Woman is kicked through a wall, John tells the team that they have to give the drones an easy target. Both drones fire at the same time, so John uses some tubing constructs to reroute the beams back into each drone, destroying them both. John is surprised that actually worked, as Wonder Woman remembers the villain Machine Queen that Swamp Thing told her about, an avatar of the Technology Kingdom, and she could be behind this. Batman knows that it could also be the Calculator, but whomever it is, they are inside the system and overwrote his clearance. Bruce's injuries soon begin to take a toll on him, and John suggests he get into the healing rooms, but Batman knows it can wait, wanting to keep the same plan as before. As Superman, Green Lantern and Flash head off to the solar healing room, Wonder Woman and Batman head off to the mainframe, using one of the off-the-books passageways to make their trip easier. Diana knows that Daedalus would have liked Bruce, as small bug-like robots begin following them through the hall. Flash meanwhile scouts ahead of Superman and Green Lantern, knowing more sentries are in their way, so they need to divert through the garage. The Batmobiles soon roar to life as Wonder Woman and Batman are besieged by the anti-tech swarm, which crawl into the heroes, entering Batman's nose and mouth. The Batmobiles meanwhile attack the heroes, with Superman pushing John out of the way as a car collides with him. Wonder Woman manages to reach one of Bruce's pulse grenades, setting it off and destroying the microbots. Superman and Flash outrun the Supermobile, which Flash asks why Superman even owns. Clark says that it was a different different time back then, and John manages to pry open a door for them, allowing them to slip under and escape in the nick of time. Vomiting up the dead microbots, Batman says that they were still in a test phase, and he was building them as a defense for tech-based threats, and they weren't in the system yet. Batman begins piecing things together, contacting Superman, who reveals they have made it to the regen chamber. Batman says that he knows what infiltrated their systems, and it's got nothing to do with the mainframe. Heading into his lab, Batman says that they've been fighting the head of Eradicator. Eradicator activates the Doomsday contingency, causing the Hall to lift off into the sky and the self-destruct sequence to activate. Batman knows that they still have time to stop this, and Wonder Woman asks if they were really battling the disembodied head of a villain. Batman says that they needed to work through every possible scenario to harden the Hall, and Eradicator's brain can process more scenarios than they ever could in any lifetime. Eradicator says he found a method to eliminate each of them and drew them all into the Hall, using his knowledge of cloning to design a body to trick the team, with the rest of the plan being of their own design. Diana and Bruce destroy Eradicator's systems, taking him offline, but the Hall keeps moving, a byproduct of the systems, in order to keep the villains trapped in the building while it explodes. Flash knows that apart none of them could survive this, but they work together, and the Eradicator didn't plan for them being a team. The group get to work, with John stopping the base's ascent with a construct. Knowing he can't hold it for long, Superman is taken to the solar chamber. Flash ups his doses all the way, but Clark knows the radiation will kill Barry, but the hero doesn't care, activating the systems as he creates a whirlwind on the floor. Superman is finally powered back up, blasting the whirlwind with his freeze breath, which shatters the brittle floor, allowing Barry to blast through it. Despite burning up, Barry tells Clark to get going, so the hero speeds out of the base, catching the Hall as Batman cuts the engines. Superman struggles to balance the size of the Hall, so Wonder Woman comes to help, balancing out the Hall as they land it back down on its pad. Superman and Wonder Woman rest on the steps, where Diana says they were so focused on defending themselves against villains they forgot what makes them heroes, since their shields became weapons and many more could have been endangered. John and Barry arrive, saying that they tried to control Eradicator instead of helping each other, forgetting that strength that comes with working together. Diana knows it's best to trust in themselves and each other, and they will always be their best defense, asking if Batman agrees, but the Dark Knight isn't with the team. Instead, Batman is deep in the Hall's storage units, putting Eradicator's head back in deep storage. Justice League Annual Issue 2 was a really cool issue that saw Robert Venditti again continue his story he built in his time writing the League a few issues prior, a story where they fought the Eradicator. I enjoyed that the heroes were all assembled this time because of all of their specific investigative techniques and specialities, all who get a chance to shine, which is something Venditti really excels at when he's writing these characters, allowing each member to have a cool moment to not just be integral to the story and to the plot, but also to their team and how they fit into the team dynamic, which is completely on full display here, since that's the whole point of the story, that working as a team will make them triumph. I'm really excited to see if this saga with the Eradicator continues in the future, especially since he left the story open-ended like he did, and I have a feeling that he might get a chance to maybe either cap it off or continue it the next time he writes the Justice League. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.